This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Jade Empire. In the last episode, we went the way of full closed fist, incorporating our souls to whatever path we've taken, which we've done since the beginning of the game. We've taken over well, I guess we control the body of the Emperor's brother, who's now officially Death's Hand, who has been tied to us, and we've also turned our companions Sky, Dawn, well, Wildfire, we did that, and Henpeto to our cause, forcing them to bend to their knees to our whims. Well, they were followers, not companions, so, you know. Anyway, let's talk to everyone before we head out to the Emperor and finally work on the final chapter of the game of Chapter 7, which we started last week. But anyway, let's see what everyone else's reactions to what I've done.
Hello. I suppose the marvelous dragonfly is ready. We don't have to worry about landing too many more times. Just make sure you are done talking to everyone. I lost the interior baffling, so you won't be able to hear a thing once we are in the air.
So we can't have conversations in the air. You look a little nervous, Kang. Anything wrong? I wanted to speak with you.
Oh, no, I tend to confuse things. Yes, I know I do. This is too important for my mutterings. Besides, the decisions that are coming, they are beyond me. You are deciding the fate of an empire. My mistakes result in the occasional crater. How big a hole might you be digging?
It's hard to say. We'll definitely make our place in the world, but we'll talk to everyone else before we leave.
Whatever you wish. It's just a few more minutes of bolt tightening to me.
Hey, Impact. How's it know that you're forced to bend to the wills of your wife and me?
While my duties don't seem to have changed much, I find this form of servitude even more degrading than the kind my gentle wife imposes. I am not alone in my own head. My every move is echoed in my mind by your approving or disapproving guidance.
I don't know if I should find that a compliment or insult that I'm worse than your wife. I apologize, but it's necessary. Yeah, talk about good intentions. I don't care about your concerns one way or the other.
I am beginning to recognize that. If there is nothing else, I must do what I can to ready everyone for the coming fight. Just as you would have it.
Yeah, and I liked Henpeto too, so I do this path, it kind of like, you know, twists me a little bit for doing it against him, because he's really done nothing like wrong at all, you know, unlike maybe like Sky or whatever, who was pretty indignant to me. But anyway, Wildfire, well, we've already messed with her, so.
What do you want? I owe you a great deal for freeing me. This body should serve well, as long as it lasts.
I mean, will it grow as a normal human woman would, like to age or whatever, or because she died and was resurrected, would she just stay in that body? Would he stay in that body for her? I don't know. Any advice for the upcoming fight?
I hope things are fairly clear to you by now. Either you or your master will fall. I recommend that you not let it be you.
Yeah, good plan there. Anyway, what do you think about how things are progressing?
Death's Hand is an interesting acquisition. I look into him and see a void where kin should be. It's like staring into an abyss. Things go the way you want them to. It's not up to me to pass final judgment on your effectiveness.
You know, one day I should, one day. I've done it before, but it was so long ago I don't even remember. I should do a path where I still do closed fists, but I try everything I can to keep everyone all nice and good, like letting Chalk High stay in the body of Wildflower instead of Yajin, because I'm so used to just doing closed fist and doing closed fist answers. I almost forget like what people react when you leave, like do bad things but keep a lot of good characters around, that type of thing. I've completely forgotten how Chai Ka reacts in this situation, because I know he still joins you, but you submit to him just like before. But anyway, I was just kind of pointing that out. Our fates will be decided soon, Demon.
Your mortal fates are such interesting things, such amusing toys. But if you get what you seek here and your ambition is realized, Remember a faithful servant. Ha! And if you fail, well, then I'll have your soul to toy with anyway, as with this girl.
Do you get my soul when I die? That seems interesting. I'll be ready anyway.
I'll be ready. Just be sure that you are.
He is an interesting kind of demon because he's one of those where it's like, well, if he got defeated or kicked out, it'd just be 1,000 years till he comes back, and he'd find that more of an annoyance than anything. So it's like, well, you know, I'm glad you're here, and I'm not in a rush to get my power because I live forever, or roughly a long time. I wonder if there is anyone back here. Probably not, but I thought I'd check it back here just to see. I doubt there's anyone over here or anything I've missed, but still got to talk to a few people too. But I'll admit, one of the few regrets right at this moment, at least doing this path, is I kind of wish I'd been able to, well, I guess it's spoilers. You can't actually convince Dawnstar to go along with the Death's Hand plan and not berate you for it. But you have to, over the course of the game, ooh, this wasn't here before. Divine Radiance. Oh yeah, I forgot in the last episode we got a few, because we chose the closed fist path, we got a few extra goodies. Let me see if I can find them really quick. Let's see. Divine Radiance and Charm 8, Mastery and the other two. One of the reasons behind the information of the Order of the Lotus was the potential influence of a rising priesthood. The personal magnetism and radiance of the priestess Wu Lin made her an object of desire near worship throughout the Empire. In the hands of one with less devotion to the Empire, these powers of persuasion could have a disastrous effect on the power of balance of power in the land. For this reason, members of the Order of Lotus wore a featureless mask so their physical blessings would not give them too much power. Way of the Closed Fist. Get Intimidation plus 10, Body plus 5, and Spirit minus 5. Only followers of the Way of the Closed Fist may use this. Really? The Way of the Closed Fist is the way of violence and personal power. Take the world in your grasp and make it yours. A closed fist will beat down the walls of ignorance and lead to enlightenment, even if the heavens themselves must shake from the force of it. Do we have anything that we could swap that out for? I mean, it does hit my spirit a bit, but might do. Let's see. Body plus 5 might be best to just get rid of the earth power one. We don't need that. Yeah, it does give me a bit of a spirit loss. I don't really need the intimidation, but why not? Oh, it even shows the priest Abbott's song here, and he's dead, and she's swapped out. So we get to still play as everyone else. Yay! And yeah, since last episode, since we took Death's Hand's body, we now get to. He is now a companion that we can choose in the group, and if you haven't already noticed, I'm going to be using him for the final dungeon of the game, even though it probably makes sense to maybe be like, Dawnstar. Well, Dawnstar would be the most obvious if I'd done things properly, but in this case, probably not. So anyway, he attacks with his blades. He has no support, so he can only attack. It's like kind of like how like Henpeto is only a support character. We have it only an attack character. I think those are the ones that are. Oh no, I guess Black Roland is only attack 2. So you get 2 attack characters. Anyway, yeah, he has no support. Death's Hand can attack spirits, of course. The body and spirit of the torture Prince Kin are yours to command, just as he did for both Sun Hai and Sun Li. Death's Hand serves you with ruthless efficiency and brutal strength. Yep. Did we? I don't think we gained a level last time, did we? Nope. Okay. And I guess at some point I should level up the last little bits, I guess. Let's see. You. That's just key damage. That's not as important to me. Oh, that one's duration. That one's also not important. I wonder if I should go ahead and level up my just basic attack for the finale, just to have something where... Let's see, that one is how fast it goes. Marvelous Strikes. And that one I haven't been using as much at all, so yeah, we'll beef up this a bit so we can... That'll work. Okay. And I think I saw like a vase somewhere around here before. Yeah, I kind of forgot that there was a chest back here. Not that I'm actually going to use that gem, but it's nice to know there's something there. But anyway, as I was saying before about how I kind of wish I had convinced Dawnstar to be... Because I think you have to do it since the beginning. I may have waited too long. I was kind of trying to... it's been forever since I've done that plot line of convincing Dawnstar to basically be closed fist. But you can do it. But I think you do have to just kind of do it from the beginning. But I wasn't sure like what would affect the romance option as well as whatever. I guess I just didn't choose them properly, but oh well. I'm fine with this path anyway. This is what I did the first time I played the game. It wasn't until years later that I found out that you could actually convince Dawnstar to be closed fist. I was like, oh, huh. I didn't know being closed fist kind of closed off that plot, but we'll talk about that more when I talk to her. Hey, Whirlwind, how are you feeling?
The boredom was always greatest before the storm. Could we poke a stick in the eye of this little squall and get moving?
Sure. That sounds almost psychotic, Black Whirlwind. Oh, wait, you are psychotic. You have no concerns about my decisions? Easy, friend. The battle will come soon enough. Ready yourself. We will go when I say, you reckless fool. No sooner. Yeah, he doesn't have that. We will go when I say, you reckless fool. No sooner.
Don't waste your anger on me. Save it for the enemy. Now or later, I don't really care. As long as I get to spill some blood.
Yeah, and Black Whirlwind joins you no matter what choice you make. You know, it's always interesting with like darker characters that you would think that they're more willing to just go with either way, but the good characters won't do one way or the other, will only go one way or the other. While some of the darker characters are middle of the road, they're like, whatever you do, I don't care. We're gonna talk to Princess, you. So, all right, Sky. The lovable rogue, forced to bend your knee to me. Wah!
Please, I don't want to talk.
Oh, come on, man. I helped you get your revenge from your daughter, sort of, with Gao the Greater, and then we took control of this body. Come on, man. Come on, bro hug. You don't have a choice. Look at me. I'm sorry, but binding was necessary. Fine, I'll leave you alone. You don't have a choice. Look at me.
My head moves as you direct. That makes you a master, not a friend.
Well, I never said companions. It never said friends. It said followers, so that's a different thing. So I've learned to use my strength. Is that so bad? I'm sorry, but binding was necessary. I've learned to use my strength. Is that so bad?
You collar those who would be friends so that they have no chance to oppose you. That is not strength. That's fear. I do not know who you have become. When this is all done, will the people of the Empire recognize you as one of their own, or just another tyrant?
I'll be a smarter tyrant. Silence. A hateful look for a moment with no sounds or words, just a second or two. I'll be a better tyrant than everyone else because I've seen what happened with the others. I'll do better. I swear. I won't fall like every other tyrant. Well, actually, that's not true. Some tyrants last forever, or last for a long period of time. Anyway, my best friend Dawnstar. We had a thing. We even had a threesome. Why wasn't that enough to have you join my side? Why?
Don't look at me. It is bad enough I feel your will within my mind. I don't want to see your face.
I feel like they should have. Had an extra dialogue because we did have a scene with her romantically wise, but then we have the scene here and all she says, please don't do this, but she doesn't, there's no dialogue like, oh, please, I love you, or anything like that. Please don't succumb to this. There's no lines like that. It's almost like when you choose that path because I hadn't set her on the path of closed fist or selfishness that she didn't, and you could tell I was close to doing it because when we left before we did the whole Lotus Assassin Temple, you could tell she was slowly getting, selfish, but I hadn't done enough to her to affect it enough. So, but yeah, I feel like there's a couple of lines extra they could have thrown in to make it a bit more, harmful to you for doing what you did or whatever. I like how you smile when you say, "You will see what I wish." Look at me. I have business to say. You will see what I wish. Look at me.
My eyes may do as you command, but they will hold no affection for you.
Not anymore, anyway. I'm sorry, your childhood friend has grown strong. Is that so bad?
There is no strength in this. Only the most insecure leader would command such forced obedience. Are you so fearful of opposition? Poor child, grasping for control.
Trying to insult me. Trying to insult me as you would before, but it's not going to work. Silence! Dawnstar obediently remains quiet. I feel kind of bad, though. But, yeah. Maybe one day, maybe I'll add like a bonus scene or something like that, or maybe I'll replay the game off screen so I can show corrupted Dawnstar or something like that. I don't know, it depends on how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll make it a bonus scene for the end or something like that. We'll see how I feel, because this game actually, this game isn't too bad. It's only like a 30-hour game if you know what you're doing, probably even less if you skip a lot of stuff. So it's one of the faster of the game series out of all of them. Oh, wait, we already talked to you, so. Okay. Well, we talked to everyone, and everyone's made their wills presented, but I forced my will on most of them, so it's time to go to the capital itself and get our revenge on Master Lee for what they did to us.
Hello.
All right, well, you've already said that before. I'm ready to go. Call everyone to the flyer.
Oh, I think they know you are ready. Every eye is on you, across the whole Empire, I think. We'll have to see if you are worthy of that gaze, All right, everyone in.
I do like in this game and how, and I think it was KOTOR 1, don't really have a scene like that in KOTOR Hell. They find a way to have the party still usable for the end, even if they're against like what you're doing. Because in previous games they would just join anyway, even if they were against it. But in this one they give a reasonable reason to do that. You just force them to via magic or curse or whatever. Kind of like in KOTOR 1 where you force mind like the characters that don't want to work with you, at least most of them, to your cause, so at least they have a reason to keep playing.
Well, here we are. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to use this entrance again. I doubt this visit will be any less violent than the last. Well,
for how you reacted to me taking Death's Hand for my own, you shouldn't mind the violence too much, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the princess being like. I think if you're still a super nice princess and not corrupting of her, I think she still joins you, but she's not as bloodthirsty as before. But she's, ends justify the means in this case or something like that. But I could be wrong. I don't remember her being this aggressive. Man, that's what happens when you play the game so many times and then you forget certain paths and all this other stuff. And like I said before, I played this game. It had been years since I'd last played this game because, so little time, so many games. Keep your guard up. This won't last as the last time. Enough. Everyone just follow my lead.
Yeah, I'm staying here for safety.
A startling revelation from Kang.
I expect there will already be enough chaos to go around without your talents.
He is worthless for what comes. It may not matter who walks through the door. I sense a great power within, and her will cannot be ignored.
Her will, huh? Oh, the Water Dragon, yeah. Her will is that the Water Dragon spent? What now? I've heard enough in the spirit world.
She is strong here, but I don't think she means to interfere. Something about guidance. You will know more inside.
She will coerce and belittle. Trust your desire.
Thanks for having my back, Mr. Brown Nose. I mean, Death's Hand. Don't worry, I'll make sure there's no surprise this time. Be quiet, keep focus, and fight when I say.
It's about time.
There you go. All right, so time to go through this place again, and yeah, we'll be using Death's Hand for the finale. As much as there's other characters that are apropos for this. And it's kind of weird that Dawnstar made a funny remark, despite what just happened. So I feel like there was like... I mean, yeah, you can't make so many paths or variations because that would take forever, but I feel like, that seems almost out of place. You think she'd still be depressed with, like, how things are going, But anyway, let's swap out the followers to Death's Hand.
My master.
Zenbu is always happy to serve you.
At this point, we don't... I think in between episodes, I think I'm going to... Oh, I forgot about these. I think in between episodes, I'm going to just, like... Not now, but I'm going to sell, like, the rest of my gens to Zenbu and then buy whatever I want left. And, yeah, I forgot about this. In the final chapter of the game, if you don't have enough money to spend your money on something, here you go. You can spend it on these last couple of books, The Path of the Warrior, Monk, and Scholar, which give you a plus 50 in any of your stat, which is awesome. But they're 50,000 silver, and I don't have that much. because I'd spend it on unnecessary things like different styles I was never going to use and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm always bad. I always forget about the book thing at the end. Not that you need it. It's not like the finale's that difficult. I mean, it's not easy, but let's see. The final fight with which you can obviously guess who the last boss, but I'm not going to say it. It can be challenging, I'll admit, depending on your build or what you're prepared for. So, but you know, having like extra health is always nice, or any of these stats. So, I'll see if I can get. I doubt I'll be able to buy more than one book, though. I don't think I have enough silver for all of that because of all my money spending. But we'll see. Anyway, anything else to say before we leave, Don?
Direct me as you must, but do not expect me to like it. I am just a tool to you.
Well, you're a pretty-looking tool, if anything. Ooh.
Lead on. I will follow. What choice do I have?
You think I would feel? You think the character would feel bad with you saying that, but he doesn't. He just did what he did. That means he's a heartless monster.
I am staying here, just in case. You go teach your master something about whatever he needs to learn.
What? Talk about the furnace. We've done that already. Does that mean we can still do that by the end? Huh. Goodbye.
Graces and good luck.
Now, as far as I know, you can't go back to the old towns or anything like that. So, but we couldn't do that a long time ago.
We don't have time for talk. We must take the fight to your master. The Empire cannot continue like this.
All right, all right, all right.
Now what is it?
What is it? I feel like certain things they forgot to change or ignore after a point, because why would we ask them about the situation? No one else asked about that, so anyway.
Never thought we'd be back here again, and still no serving girls. These Sun Brothers are a strange lot. Come on, let's find this dragon and be done with it.
Yeah, they are strange without serving girls. I demand serving girls.
Good. I'm itching to fight, not talk.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What is it now? Hurry with your preparations so we can move on to more interesting things.
All right, all right. Oh yeah, and you.
I am thoroughly surprised that I even considered entering this place without being bound to your will. What was I thinking?
Well, I mean, you've made a lot of bad decisions in your life, Ho. I don't know what else to tell you.
You know, being here with you, I almost wish I was home with my wife instead. Almost.
Almost. All right, anyway, let's go inside the building and take on the guards and all the other fun stuff. All right, if I need to refill anything. I'm surprised it just doesn't automatically fill up my stuff between chapters anyway, so. But yeah, we're at the final chapter of the game, folks, so. And luckily I have Zenbu if you need a last-minute merchant shop for anything. I can buy new stuff, and I hope we've got new enemies this time. I wonder how I will fight them. It's almost like the game knows I will do that. Oh, there's a lot of dudes here. Alright. Okay, then shoot them. Yeah, these guys are a little tougher, I'll admit. You've got me, game. Well, luckily there's a spirit font like right there, so it's not too bad. Although I will have to Oh, come on. Ah, well, I mean, it makes sense. How are you doing, Actually, I could just slow it down. What? Okay, why isn't he getting shot? I could slow down just because I have that ability to get focus anyway from these dudes, so why not? It's not bad. Yeah. Okay, one more, and then we'll save. Here we go. Yeah, I like this I don't think I'd figured out this combo the last couple times I played this game, despite. And I'm not an expert at this game by any means. I'm just. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you think you get the dominant strategy, but after a while you forget that maybe trying something. Oh, right up the swing to that hand. I'll have to wait till it gets out of it. There we go. You don't do a lot of damage, do you? But then again, most of the companions don't. It's usually you who do most of the damage. And yeah, and I could just go back here, so it's. I feel like this game has weird difficulty sections. Like, some are like really easy despite all those dudes. Like, I know clearly I could use all my resources and know perfectly well that I could just run back here and just and just respawn my stats like that. Or I have the combo where I could just focus and then use a little bit of ki and a heavy attack and then get all my focus back, or at least a good deal of it, you know. But this game was never designed to be super tough. Ah! Ow! That was a lot of damage! Holy crap! Did not expect that. Although, the same thing. The traps, yeah, it's like a little bit annoying to run back, but... like the fact that... God, jeez. What about the random serving girl or boy who like, has to clean up this place? You just get a lot of innocent people just because you want to trap poor little old me, you know? As far as I know, this place is pretty much the same as before. I don't think they added any new scenes. So that's why this chapter is actually kind of short when you think about it, despite it being the ending of the game. But I mean, it has to show the ending and the dialogues and all that other stuff and the different variations, you know. Whether you come in here closed fist with all the closed fist options, or closed fist with mostly good characters still around, or open palm with open palm characters, or open palm with closed fist characters.
You have come. Destiny set this moment in motion, but from here, your choices are your own to make. Your master awaits you, but he is not yet aware. You have time to alter things to your favor. You have time to set us all on the path to rebirth. Learn what has come before, and you will understand what must be done now. Follow into the depths and see what was done in search of my power.
Spirits know many things, but how to assault a fortress does not appear to be one of them. Follow her, and take someone with you, but whoever you leave behind should take another route. That way they don't get behind you and we'll all get equal fighting.
You don't know the palace. You will wander aimlessly.
I always wander aimlessly, and I always find my way. Besides, we've been here before.
Huh, it's weird to have Black Whirlwind have a small sense of like clarity in this case and be the one to make the decision on how to like do things. Like, who are you? And you know, what have you done to Black Whirlwind? You know, there's no time for this. Find the way as best you can. Yeah, very well. I mean, there's no time for this. Find your way, your best as best you can.
The palace is open to those with clear intent. Lose focus, and you lose your way.
Bah! Too much talk! It's time to kick in some doors!
Obviously, I think we can still swap out our companions. It's just talking about like where they're going. So basically, yeah, you can still swap them out. So basically, everyone else is doing their own thing. So like it kind of tries to make a story sense of what they're doing while you're doing your own thing. And the Water Dragon said something about a choice of rebirth. I thought we had an obvious thing we were supposed to do. Interesting. And the whole, you know, open palm and closed fist decisions aren't quite over yet, folks. Of course, most BioWare games give you quite a few of those by the ending scenario, no matter which one you play. So, well, they used to, not anymore. But, you know, that's a tale for another day. Maybe if I ever do Mass Effect Andromeda, I'll talk all about that.
The tombs of the greatest emperors. Here the Empire was built, and here the heart of it is laid to rest. Now that heart is torn out, like another to come. It was gutted to allow the flow, to guide the water that pours from a crime against the heavens and the order of all things.
Room had to be made. The old is cast aside.
What hope is there for the future when the past is cast so roughly aside?
That's a debate for the ages. But yeah, some people, despite their good intentions, always like to keep things the way they are, never changing or growing. You know, never finding out what could be better in this case. So the only bad thing is it's a purely closed fist Discord type of character saying it. So it's hard to take. It's hard to take him as seriously, despite the words to it. Why was this done? Where does this water flow from? They have long since gone to the underworld. How would this hurt them? They have long since gone to the underworld. How would this hurt them?
The living are the victims. If this is how the past is treated, what can you expect for the future? Nothing done will matter because it will all be swept aside. Everything is someone or something's past. This is why mortals cannot wield the power of the gods. They cannot see the complexity of the world.
That seems like more of an excuse, Miss Dragon. Why was this done? Where does the water flow from? Perhaps things are too complex and need simplification.
For some things, this is true. But if you look too closely at the current crisis alone, you risk upsetting a greater balance. That was the mistake made here. Emperor Sun would not accept that his empire had to fade so that something new would bloom. He declared war as if the drought was an advancing army. He and the glorious strategist focused on me, the water dragon. I symbolized the fading they wanted to avoid and the regrowth they desperately needed. I became the answer to everything. Press further, and you will see the source of the lush new empire under the brothers' sun. You must see it with your own eyes to comprehend what they have done.
Bye. Did you notice during the cutscene her like body kept moving closer and closer to the camera, being kind of creepy? Like, you get it? Everyone got the story? But anyway, looks like we got to work towards the rebirth of the water dragon to stop Sunli from his power, and hopefully the rest of the companions are finding a way to the throne room. What will we find in this underground setting here? What creatures and manner of things will we come across? Will we find an ever-flowing tide? Find out next time in the next episode of Jade Empire. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.